Hello guys, and welcome to another ProfileTree video. So today we're going to be going through the best video editing software tools. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. Now you may be questioning, what exactly is the best video editing tool? I am hoping that this video can help you, especially if you're a beginner, someone who's starting off, and even some professional video editors. This is just a quick little guide on some of the editing tools I would recommend. So anyway, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our first one. So our first one is pretty much a favorite for anyone who's using any of the editing tools, which is the Adobe Premiere Pro. Now, I would say that this is the best video editing software, and what's great about it as well is that you could use it for both platforms, Mac or PC. Now, Adobe Premiere Pro is an industry standard tool. It's used for any video streaming platforms like YouTube, and even for Hollywood films as well. Now, I have actually used Premiere Pro myself. I feel like the user interface is very clean and very easy to use. So even though if you've never done any like video editing before, you may pick up on some parts straight away. But if you're not so technical with it at the start, then of course there is going to be a learning curve to go through, especially with any sort of video editing software tools there are. You all have to learn, and you'll always have that learning curve. Now, the one thing I actually appreciate about using the Adobe Premiere Pro is that the interface is really flexible. So you can pretty much undock windows, you can drag them around, you can float panels wherever you want them. There's just so many things that you can actually customize and just make work for the workspace to fit your editing style and needs. Now, the only downfall I could actually see with using Premiere Pro is that you would need a really good computer to take full advantage of the editing tools. Now, I say this is because Premiere Pro itself is a very powerful application to use, so it will require that mass amount of work for the computer to actually work for it. Of course, if you do run a slower computer, expect your software to run a little slower. So that's one of the disadvantages I think there is for using the Adobe Premiere Pro. But anyway, what we'll do is we'll take a look at some of the pros and cons about this software. So of course, every video software that you use will have its pros and cons. So for the Adobe Premiere Pro, starting off with the Pro, it's got unlimited multicam editing. It's got motion tracking. It works for both Mac and PC, so that's very good. Works with two different platforms. Has a very customizable interface, and that's great as well, especially if you're wanting to have your own style interface working to create the videos. You can move things about if you wanted to. You also have some very finely tuned controls as well. Now, I would say with the cons is that there is a steep learning curve, especially if you're new to editing. So that's one thing. Some people may pick it up straight away, but of course some others will have that learning curve to go through. And it's got a powerful system specs, is required, and that just means that, as I've said earlier on, if you don't have a good computer to run the software with, it'll slow down your computer overall. So that's some of the pros and cons about using Adobe Premiere Pro. Okay, so our next video editing tool is called Apple Final Cut Pro. So of course, this is a little bit more subjected towards the Apple users rather than the Windows users. But regardless, as of course a Mac user, you will have this piece to pretty much enjoy. Now, it is, I would say, a really good piece of software or a great piece of video editing software tool. I've used it myself, and I've created some really fantastic videos out of it as well, and I've pretty much enjoyed using all the transitions that they have, all the other tools that they have to offer as well. And I would say that it's around like a pro level video editing tool. Now it is, as I said with the previous one for Premiere Pro, I would think that Final Cut Pro is a little bit of a learning curve as well. It did take me a couple of tries with video tutorials on YouTube as well in order to learn how to use Final Cut Pro, but regardless, I would say it's one of the better ones to use as a Mac user. Now, the only issue is now wouldn't I wouldn't say it's a complete issue. It's just more the fact that the price of it is at around £300 or £299. I don't know if it has went up by then, but that is, I wouldn't say it's the cheapest editing tool, but compared to the rest that only do a monthly sort of scheme for using their tool, this is $299. You pay it, and then that's you. That's that. You have the actual editing tool for good. However, if you want to give it a trial run, then it will just before you buy it, then you can do so as well. And as expected with Apple as well, Final Cut Pro is about as stylish as you'd expect it to be. It's simple enough to use as well. Well, simple enough in terms of you still have to make sure that you learn how to use the tool itself, but it's easy to navigate around. That's what I found easy with it. I found out as well that the layout is quite customizable in Final Cut Pro, unlike Premiere Pro. You can't completely undock panels, so they do tend to float free. But regardless, it is a customizable layout to have. So that is one downfall towards it, that you can't completely undock the panels. And I would say the other great feature as well is that you have a 360-degree video editing tool. So this software comes with like a VR headset support, true 360 titles, etc. You have the whole lot, and you can also it lets you clone over like the camera rig for seamless and immersive sort of footage. So that's one good side to using the Final Cut Pro tool. Now, I haven't actually used this myself, but it is on there, so give that a go. Now, as well as this, if I do say so correctly, I think you do have the iPhone 13 for Final Cut Pro as well. So within with the iPhone 13, that you could use Final Cut Pro, and pretty much you could use it for like cinematic mode or any other sort of mode that's available on that phone. So that's another plus to having the Final Cut Pro video editor. But anyway, what we'll do is we'll actually look at the pros and cons of the Apple Final Cut Pro. So for the pros, it's got fast performance. It's got a one-time payment video, so that's one good thing about that, no subscriptions. It's got multicam support as well. You've got the best software for video content creation on Mac OS. It's got a unique magnetic timeline as well. Now with the cons, as you already know, it's got no Windows version, and it also has no inbuilt motion tracking. So those are the two downfalls. Of course, if you are just wanting to use Final Cut Pro for any basic and not too over complex video editing, then Final Cut Pro would be the one for you, especially if you do have a Mac device or an Apple device. But anyway, what we'll do is we'll move on to our next video editing tool. So a little bit easier for some of the beginners, we have the Adobe Premiere Elements. So of course, not everybody wants complexity when it comes to video editing. So Adobe has brought us a software that's great for anyone starting off with video editing. There's more than 24 guided edits, so you can follow along step by step to create some very easy time-lapse videos and animated overlays. Pretty much you've got double exposures and more. So there's a couple of different parts to Premiere Elements. It's a little bit less complex compared to Premiere Pro. And if I do recall, it is slightly cheaper, or if not cheaper than the Premiere Pro itself. Now, as I said, Adobe Premiere Elements is a very easy to use video editing tool, so it's very friendly towards the beginners. But there is a downside to it. Just two downsides, I do believe. So it's just that there's no multicam editing, nor support for the 360-degree and VR editing. So, of course, if that doesn't really matter to you as a beginner, then by all means go ahead and use the Adobe Premiere Elements. But anyway, what we'll do is we'll go through the pros and cons of using this software. So, for the pros, it's easy to learn, great for beginners. It's got AI-based tools, handy guided edits, affordable. Now, as I said with the cons, it's got no multicam editing or the VR editing as well, and it's got mediocre rendering speeds. So that's the two downfalls to it. But anyway, we'll go ahead and move on to our next video editing tool. Okay, so for those who don't know Movavi, they have got a few different ones, or few different extensions and software available. One being the screenshot extension for Chrome. They also have a screen recorder, and this one is their video editor. So I think Movavi is a decent software editing tool to use. Now it definitely serves its purpose, whether you're looking to do a fun project. So this could be like if anyone's trying to do a school project and they're trying to create a simple editing video, then by all means use it. Or it could even be classed to be used for professional presentation. Now, I wouldn't really recommend this towards any professional video editors. This would more lean towards anyone that's starting off and just getting the hang of using a video editing tool. Now, the reason why I would avoid this as a professional video editor is more the fact that it does lack some advanced features. And the features are, it's got a lack for multicam editing, 360-degree editing, VR and 3D. But of course, as I said, for those people starting off, this may not be much of a big deal. Now, if you are looking for an editing software that offers at least a 50-50 split of features and price, then I would say that this is worth checking out. But anyway, we'll go ahead and check out the pros and cons for using this video editor. So here are the pros and cons. Now, with the pros being it's clear and has a simple interface, it's good value for money, has motion tracking tools, and also has a screen recording option. Now, with the cons, there's no multicam editing, no 360-degree or VR support, so that is one of the main issues for using Movavi. But folks, that is pretty much it for the video. Of course, there are several different video editing tools out there, but these are the ones that I do recommend. It's just a mixture of those for wanting to use it for professional use, for the different devices, and of course for the beginners. Of course, if I have missed any great ones out there, please do let us know, so we can create a video on it and use it as a guide for yourselves. Anyways, I'll see you folks for the next video. Thank you very much.